Welcome to the Gentleman's Board podcast, where producers, artists, and engineers pull up a seat, chop game, and build legacy. I'm your host, Nef, producer and audio engineer who's worked with some of hip-hop's finest, and I'm here to give you the unfiltered truth about studio life, the show grind, and the business behind the boards. Whether you're just starting out or sharpening your edge, this is where we talk mindset, music, and making real moves. Let's get into it. Hey, what's going on? It is Nef, and we are back here at the Gentleman's Board with episode 7. And we're going to talk about two different things today. We're going to talk about cross media, cross genre mixing and mastering, and then also Linktree and what's going on there. Man, I just want to talk about it real quick because it's like with mixing hip-hop, you have one thing. With mixing rock, you got another thing. Mixing EDM, you got another thing. You know, I feel like a lot of rock and roll, the drums don't hit as hard, or the vocals are tucked in a little bit more, and then you go the opposite with hip-hop, and then all of a sudden we're landing in a place that's completely different in podcasting, and you're mixing vocals that there's no beat behind them, and then you're mixing what's the intro and outro? Are they loud compared to the vocals, or are they sitting right in the pocket? You know, with some hip-hop albums that I've done, I'll listen to rock music right before, and it's a great way to get in there, kind of just have your mind listen to something different, have your mind just go in, see what's there, and then also take back what you can. I know when I was mixing the Bobby J from Rockaway album, Radio Days, I was listening to a lot of pop music and a lot of rock music, and I was trying not to listen to too much hip-hop, and if I was, it was like classic 90s stuff. And that was for good reason. You know, I wanted to be able to get through osmosis what I was getting from another genre and plug it into a different one. And that goes for podcasting. As soon as I got into podcasting, I was golden because I was somebody that already was mixing vocals for music. And, you know, I'm sure a lot of podcast people that really all they've done is just the podcast world. So I think it's really important to just sharpen your sword, get in with a skill set, go across different genres. Don't be afraid to do stuff. Don't be afraid to mix differently. Don't be afraid to master something differently. And try to seek out that kind of work too. It's a really good, fun thing to do. And another thing that I wanted to talk about was let's talk about the ownership of your website. Oh my God, my partner Mark, he took over. He got rid of my Linktree. He made a website for me, and what we did was we were taking ownership of everything. And, you know, he explained to me here and there, but it's like, let's try to dumb it down a little bit. With Linktree, they're getting your data as soon as they're getting your fans' data, how they're going to retarget, all this kind of stuff. As soon as they go to your Linktree, they're gathering data from your fans so that they can use it and sell it to somebody else or whatever it may be. Now, if you have your own website, all that data is going straight to you. You want to take ownership of that. You don't want Linktree to be governing your fan base. You don't want it to be governing what the algorithms you have. A big thing is all right, with the podcast, we do Scale to Sale podcast, we do Purpose Chasers podcast, and then I do the Bass and Bars podcast too. So right there, that's 3 podcasts that I've been getting. And it's like now we're just kind of pivoting into talking about the Linktree too, but it's something that really hit me recently. I was putting all this love into other people's tracks, mixes, podcasts, and I was sending fans to a Linktree page. Just let that sink in. I'm crafting that sound that hits like home, but sending traffic to a rented room, That's when, I got with Mark at Scale to Sale Consulting. We rebuilt everything, and now people Google me. I own the results. My domain, ProducedByNef. It ranks first, not Linktree, not a random distributor, but me. The case study, it's ranking number one with Nef on Google within 60 days by switching from Linktree to a self-hosted site. Custom landing page, fan email capture, content engine, monetization. It's all there if you want to own your stuff. And this is why Linktree is leaking your clout. Look, I get it. Linktree feels easy. One click. I mean, come on. We all had a Linktree. Clean buttons. But here's the truth. You're feeding their algorithm, not yours. Like I mentioned before, you can't track any real stats or analytics. You lose out on SEO, retargeting, and fan data. This is what we were talking about before. Like, you really want to have that fan data. There's a lot of stuff that's left on the table. And if you're an artist, a coach, speaker, podcaster, you need a hub, yourname.com, whatever it is. It's the digital version of owning your masters. You know what I mean? So, that's your online brand. That's you're not owning it. Someone else is if you're doing the Linktree. We've got a few slots open. We're going to build out to replace your Linktree. Hit up scaletosale.com, scaletosaleconsulting.com/bookmark. So, we're booking Mark to get on these calls, and we want to really just get you guys at a different playing field and having more ownership. And it's, whether I'm mastering an artist track or mixing Carolyn's voice on Purpose Chasers or stitching up Robert's brand story on Scale to Sale, like, the goal is the same. Make the message move people, respect the genre, but lead with clarity. Design, sound, and strategy and ownership on your mind. Because whether you're building your career or your website, it's about intention. Carolyn's content funnel and platform, Mark's business evolution, featured on Scale to Sale, and how I turned my testimonials into SEO content and audio promo. So it's, if you can't learn to mix across genres, you can learn to market across platforms. If you care about your craft, you should just, you should care about your digital footprint. That's something that I really learned lately, and it's huge. Mixing, mastering music, branding are the same thing. You start with raw files, you cut what people don't want. You master it until it hits right. So go over to scaletosaleconsulting.com/bookmark and let's stop renting and start owning and build something with longevity and doing that. And again, let's backtrack. If you're an engineer or whatever, like, just utilize every genre, every platform that you can. It's really big. It's really important. And, we're just here to help, and we're here to just to create success and legacy and ownership on everybody's stuff. So, with that, this was a short episode today. I'm signing off. Scale to Sale Marketing, scaletosaleconsulting.com/bookmark. All right, go there and let's just get it started. I don't even want to hear about it. I just want to see about it. And then, next week we're going to have another episode, and we're always learning. We're always giving you guys free stuff, game, gems, all this. It's fun. We have a blast, and we're just always working. So, till next time. All right. Salute. Appreciate you tapping into the Gentleman's Board. If you found value in this episode, pass it on, because game's meant to be shared, not hoarded. Subscribe, leave a review, and hit us on socials with your questions or topics you want covered next. Remember, stay sharp, stay focused, and treat your art like it's an asset. I'll see you back at the board next week.